I have this piece of cutting board or cheese board or chopping board. It's wood, and I made it maybe some 2 years back. I took this board and stained it a little darker than usual, and using some acrylic paint I painted the words Bon Appetit. Now I have never done wood burning before, therefore this Paul's wood burning technique was good for me. It really looks beautiful and looks very much like wood burning from a distance. So this is the basic piece that I'm going to use. This had been part of my kitchen decor since last 2 years. I really like it, but I think I can update it a little more. So I have this space below the handle of this round cutout from the cutting board and the words Bon Appetit wood burning words. So in this space that is vacant, I'm going to do some string art on this. So I took a piece of paper of the size that is available to me. So this is the width available. I decided to leave a little margin on the side. I want to start my pattern right with the words in the same line and accommodate it below the handle portion. So this is the pattern. I made a cactus or succulent in a pot. Well, you keep plants in the kitchen, so that way I think the succulent and the cutting board and the Bon Appetit will go together. You can call it a boho style. So anyway, so I have this pattern. First I'm just going to cut around the outline of the pattern. It's very important to keep a simple outlined design, not a very complicated one, because it should come out neat, especially if you are a beginner like me. So keep your designs as simple as possible. So I'm going to do string art on my piece of wood today, or cutting board today. Next thing, I'm just going to use some little double-sided tape at the back side, so and fix it onto my wood where I want the pattern to be, so that it doesn't move while I want it to stay. I'll take the paper out later. Now I'm going to use some of these fine nails that I have with me. These are very small nails. As you can see, these nails are like pins, but they are sturdier or stronger than the pins, but can easily be nailed onto any surface. I think these are nails used for framing, and of course we need a little hammer to nail these. So I'm going to nail them along my outline, all around my outline, say about 1 centimeter from each other. Now I have added nails all around my pattern, even on the lines that are inside the pattern, like these lines. Now my tip is, what I experienced while doing this is, always do on the corners inside the patterns. First begin at these junctions, joints, and then just spread out your nails in between the straight curves, straight lines or curves. So that way you will not have to take a nail out and make space again. So this way I have added nails all around my pattern. So now I'm just going to take a tweezer or forceps and pull my pattern out of these. Now if the pattern is torn, it doesn't really matter. The purpose of the pattern is solved. Next, it's a string art, so I'm taking some strings. These are basically 2-ply wool yarn. So these are the colors. For my succulent, a light pale green and a deep dark rich green that I'm going to use for my succulent, and for the pot I'm using this maroon color. I'm making a knot. We'll have to start by attaching the string somewhere. So I'm starting with one joint point, adding double knot to secure the string with the nails. Now I'm just going to go zigzag and just try to cover everything. Just wind it twice around every nail so that it doesn't slip off, and just keep going around the pattern. Make sure you don't get tangled in other nails here. It's always a good idea to first just attach your string and then just do the outline before filling up the pattern. Just push the yarn down so that you can put the next yarns also. So now that I have made the outline of my pattern, I'll just fill up the center. So once you're at the end, just make a knot. So I just made a knot in my string and I'm attaching it to one of the nails, just securing the pattern there. Now I can move into the next section of my pattern. I'm just adding a little bit of lighter green here, not much. I just wanted to look a little shaded, 3D effect. So this is all that will be there. So again I am making so I just came a little into the second pattern, just this much, and then I'm making a knot. I just made a simple knot here on my string, and I'm going to feed in this knot onto my nail here. Just put it inside and pull it so it's secure here. Similarly I'll do the other two. I'll just want a little 3D shadow effect peeping through, so I want to finish this here, so that I add some yarns here again. So again, for finishing, I'm just making a simple loop in my yarn and I'm going to feed this loop onto a nail. And when I think I'm done, I'm just going to add an extra knot here. 2 knots. I did the succulent first, and then I'm doing the pot, so that the outline or the edges of the succulent are hidden behind the pot meshwork of strings. My today's video is part of the What Would You Make challenge, and that is being hosted by Zana from OK at Home DIY and Marsha from Marsha Mush and Stuff. and the guest host is Sweet Little Home. I'll put links to all the channels and to the playlist in my description box below. So don't be very meticulous, just go zigzag, up, down, so that it's a mesh. It doesn't follow a particular pattern and it looks dense. The denser the better. And then close with knots. This is practically done. I'm sorry for the little background noise that is there in today's video. It has been raining since yesterday. To finish this, I have some of these pretty gold and pink sequin flowers, and I think I'm just going to either attach it with the nails, or better, I'll just glue them wherever I feel like, to make my flowering succulent, and I think this will look pretty.